Good morning guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we will go straight over to those charts. So firstly, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. As you can see, our trend line is still holding in quite nicely. We have had a break above this resistance zone into the 11,000s, a little foray up into this zone. Didn't quite go up to 10,300. But yeah, that was rejected. I mean, it's weekend price action. You guys know what I said at the start of the weekend. I would more likely expect just range in price action, not for us to make a big breakout and either go to the upside or the downside. And we are roughly at the area that we basically started this weekend. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got to expect at weekends. And yeah, when the actual futures open and then the cash market is open tomorrow, then we can maybe get some actual direction. So yeah, that's kind of what we are looking at there. But yeah, realistically though, we're holding this trend line, we're getting guided up, it is looking good. I am wondering if we can draw a potential channel. Maybe we're going to have a channel here, a channel moving up. Not sure exactly where to draw it. We'll draw it here for the time being. Yeah, because it doesn't look too bad, does it? We'll leave it to see how it plays out. See how it plays out for the time being, and then we can adjust it accordingly. But yeah, maybe we're gonna sort of end up a rising channel here. Obviously rising channels can break out to the downside, but that's just how it is. Maybe we can rise all the way up to this nearly 12,000 and then drop out of it and come and test 11,000. You never know. But yeah, either way, we've got these two highs here, so we will draw a line here and see if it is of importance. So that pretty much would, if we are going to get a move up in a few days, I imagine we'd probably get moves quicker, but yeah, it will coincide with this 11,300 mid zone we've got in here. So yeah, that would be a nice target. Obviously losing this level, losing this trend line, realistically we're probably looking for 11.6, and then obviously we've got to hold 11.6. Otherwise, it's all been a big fake out, and we'll be looking particularly bad for losing the 10k level. So we've got to keep an eye out for that. BTC dominance, we'll have a quick look at that, seeing as there's not much else we can look at the weekend. We'll go to an hourly, get a little zoom in of it. So yeah, you can see the recent move we've had now. Yeah, potentially penanting out here. I don't tend to draw too much stuff on BTC dominance, but we have obviously got a pennant here. So are we going to break out to the upside, or are we going to break out to the downside? We will have to see. I might actually start charting Ethereum as well. So yeah, just let me know in the comments if you think we should start looking at Ethereum as well every day like we do with Bitcoin. Obviously make the video a bit longer, but I think yeah, charting Ethereum is important. Maybe charting it against BTC, because obviously we know against USD it's relatively the same, or maybe we could chart it against both. And yeah, it just means the videos are a little bit longer, but it may be useful information. I think Ethereum is pretty important for the market. It's like the backbone of DeFi, which is potentially driving the market. So yeah, I think that is it is an important thing for us to be keeping an eye on. Let's have a look at those. See if we've got any TD9s coming in at any point of interest. Yeah, I mean we had the 12 hour and the daily at resistance. Obviously that did give us a bit of sideways, but now we're looking to take those out. Obviously a bit of rejection here at the moment. So yeah, as long as we can hold this trend line, get back above 11,000, especially 11,100, especially even this 11,200 recent high, then I think we could be moving on to good things, really. Moving on to good things. We'll have a look at those stochastics. I think the stochastics are going to be yeah, not looking too great for us in the shorter term. You can see this 4 hour. Got a trend line coming in. Maybe we could come down and tap that trend line. But yeah, 4 hour looking a bit weak. Price action coming down a little bit. So yeah, that one is currently in a bit of bit of a limbo, deciding what we're going to do. 10 hour starting to come down, not taking out this low here though. And 12 hour still holding up, and that's the main thing. I mean, it is starting to curl down, but realistically we need the 12 hour to stay up, because obviously we know when the 12 hour comes down, or even when the 12 hour goes up, it is usually pretty good indicator of what's going on. So we need some of this. We need to stay up here whilst price action, well, makes its way to about 12k ideally. Daily getting up here nice and strong now. Daily getting up, so I think getting up into this this critical area here should get Bitcoin going, getting Bitcoin going through that 11,000. Obviously, providing it does it. So all eyes on that. 2 days starting to come up quite nicely. So yeah, once we get to about 50, that will look especially good. 3 day and 5 day, and obviously not a turnaround yet. I think they're waiting. Well, they're waiting. They basically will once we get like sustained price action over 11,000. Well, 11,000 plus. And then weekly, as you can see, doing its thing, but maybe it's going to come into a trend line and come and hit a trend line. Well, to be honest, it's probably near enough at it now. So weekly is going to have to think about making a move. I'll just delete that line now. But yeah, other than that, not too much to talk about. On the weekly, as you can see what is going on here, we've basically broken the neckline of this potential, well, it is a potential inverse head and shoulders, or just a major resistance level. Come and back tested it, so now we've got to make progress. If we don't make progress here, and we do start to come down again, this will look like obviously a failed breakout above here. We didn't get anywhere near the targets. And then if we start to come down again and break below, then that would be incredibly bad on this weekly time frame to see price action like that. We have to basically get moving to the upside, take out this high, and start to try and get to those targets of this inverted head and shoulders. Otherwise, yeah, like I said, this is basically a failure. Basically a failure of this pattern playing out, and that is obviously inherently bearish. And then once we get back below that neckline, things will start to look very bad. So we need to be aware of that. But as you guys know, I am at the moment, as it stands, just looking at this as a playing out of this bi-weekly 9. We are currently on the second candle, halfway through the second candle, so still got plenty of time to potentially trade sideways to down. But we have got this macro level that we've got to stay above, so ideally sideways, please. So yeah, that is it really. Not too much else to say this morning. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today.